very much once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the preview show. Right on the show today, we'll be looking at two key games, interesting matches, derbies, right there in Spain and of course in England. We'll be looking at the game between Atletico Madrid and, well, Real Madrid at the newly opened Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. We'll also be looking at the game between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal right there at the Emirates Stadium. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Ika Idele is my name.
I am Dogo Francis. It's a pleasure.
And of course, on today's edition of the show, we're looking at these two key games. Well, they are derby games.
Big game, of course, particularly, especially in the North London, where Arsenal play Tottenham Hotspurs. It's a massive rivalry between these two sides. I'll be shocked if there are no teams emanating from that game.
And talking about this team that will emanate, of course, in this particular game, let you know, it is building up already. This team is gathering momentum. And of course, that we will look on, talk about right into this edition of the show, the preview show.
You know, I think Tottenham is a good side, but we have the quality to win this game, and that's what we want to show.
An interesting one, I must say, from the man, Arsene Wenger. Yeah, the Monsieur himself talking about the fact that they are not underdogs. Well, I disagree with that. It seems they are gradually becoming the underdog. They are assuming that status. Well, Dogo, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, it's been one-way traffic in the last 6 meetings. I quite find it very funny why Arsene Wenger feels his side are not underdog. If there will be a side that will attain or pick an underdog status and one as a favourite status, I think it's Tottenham Hotspur.
Of course, yes. But to say that they are not underdogs, I think Arsene Wenger is not far away from the truth. This is a man who's done it in a long time for the team Arsenal. He's been there in the Premier League. He's seen a lot. To come out to make such an assertion, I don't think it's wayward of the man. This is a Tottenham Hotspur side that have played second fiddle for many years, and I mean many decades. They were only rescued just last season when they surpassed Arsenal in the Premier League table to find themselves in the Champions League as well. So I don't think it's too much to say from Arsene Wenger. They are not underdogs, of course. They certainly know how to hold games like this, and I'm sure the last 3, 4, 5 games, it's not been entirely a wide margin like Tottenham do to other teams. So if there is anyone who is not an underdog, it's Arsenal who should be saying that.
Well, guys, very funny. We are divided right here. Well, I think Arsene Wenger's side are underdog to Tottenham Hotspur in this particular game. The crystal clear thing is the fact that in 6 matches, Premier League games involving these two teams, Arsenal is yet to record a win. 2 wins for Spurs and 4 draws recorded. The man, of course, Mauricio Pochettino, is yet to even lose a game against Arsene Wenger as far as the Premier League is concerned. And at this point in time, you ask yourself, what are the stats? What are the indices that make you think Arsenal are not underdogs?
Well, I think Arsenal will have to draw inspiration from the fact that at least they beat them in the Carabao Cup. So it's something good to look forward to as well. The challenge is there. This is a very, very big derby. A game between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur in anywhere in the world. It's like the oldest derby in English football. And again, the statistics sometimes don't come into bear when teams like this go head to head. So I think that's where Arsene Wenger is coming from to say they're not underdogs.
All right, well, I know for sure the fans out there would also have something to say about who really assumes the favourite status or who gets the underdog status as far as this game is concerned.
He's a fantastic manager. I respect him a lot and admire him. Full credit for me. He's in the football history one of the great managers, and the same level that Ferguson, and my opinion, deserve a lot of credit. For me, it's great. Happened what happened today or yesterday or 1 year ago or what happened in the future. For me, always will be a special manager.
All right, another interesting word I must say, well, as the build-up continue to this particular game, Mauricio Pochettino, making it clear, well, I can understand, you pay obeisance, you pay homage to managers who have really been able to establish themselves as much as this. Arsene Wenger, no doubt, a respected manager. But whether or not he's equal to the man Alex Ferguson, I think I disagree with Mauricio Pochettino on this. I quite understand the fact that I want to patronize the man. Dogo Francis, a very funny one coming from Mauricio Pochettino, saying he's a great manager and, of course, one who equals to whatever Alex Ferguson may have achieved in his career. What do you think?
Well, I think Pochettino is trying to be fair here. You certainly cannot underestimate the achievements of Monsieur Arsene Wenger in recent times. There have been very few managers who have lasted the test of time right in the Premier League. So to compare him with Sir Alex Ferguson, it may not entirely be in view of the achievements trophy-wise. But what about his solidity in the Premier League? What about his stability? The flow, the steady flow, the transition from one season to the other, which is brought to the Arsenal side, and also the revenue he's actually accrued for them in his time being at the club. So I think Pochettino is certainly coming from an angle different from trophies won by Arsene Wenger. Take away the trophies, Arsene Wenger is a fantastic manager, and it's not as if he's done badly winning trophies as well.
More than 20 years in a club. I think it's special. You must be special, if not difficult.
I laughed out loud there because I know a lot of fans that would have possibly contrary opinions and view to that one coming from Dogo Francis as far as this particular one is concerned. Whether or not Arsene Wenger is that manager that, of course, gets such eulogies and praises as far as is concerned in this particular regard. But then for me, well, I think the man, well, good, fantastic manager, but then not one you can actually equate to the man who has really achieved a lot with Manchester United while he was at Ends of Affair right at Old Trafford, talking about Sir Alex Ferguson. And this time around, let's take up something interesting as well, taking the move straight to the one right there at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. We're talking about Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Two teams, fierce rivals they are, but then struggling this season. What do you think?
Well, both sides are not in the finest of forms as it stands right now. Antoine Griezmann on 4 goals, Cristiano Ronaldo on 1 goal, La Liga goals. So I think it's going to be a balanced game. Not one team would probably want to, oppress the other so visibly. I think it's going to come. Though the rivalry can never be taken away from this kind of game. It's a Madrid derby, and these two know very much what is at stake. The city bragging right, somebody's got to take it. It's going to be an entertaining game eventually, and I see Atletico Madrid doing something, perhaps getting a point from that game.
I wonder whether someone out there feel the same way he feels, because as far as I'm concerned, I think Real Madrid would do everything possible to take this game. They just can't afford to go 11 points off Barcelona in the eventuality of a defeat in this particular game. However, let's also talk about the game. Well, a final take as far as the game Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur is concerned. Your thoughts? Final possible scoreline as far as that game is concerned, or who will take that game?
Tottenham Hotspur is travelling all the way to the Emirates Stadium.
Okay.
It's always a very, very big day. There were a few injuries here and there for some of the Tottenham Hotspur players. Arsenal also wanting to prove something to the world that they are not underdogs, like the manager has indicated earlier before the game. But I still see Tottenham Hotspur's win or draw.
Okay, I think we are in unison there. Spurs' unbeaten run against Arsenal, I feel strongly, will continue on the premise of the runs they've been able to record so far in the build-up to this particular game. An interesting time, no doubt, once again, right on the preview show today. Thank you very much, Dogo Francis.
It's a pleasure.
And of course, we hope things come out perhaps the way we've talked about it.
Perhaps.
Guys, well, stick around with us once again. Ensure you keep it locked right here on Brilliant Sports TV, the preview show done and dusted right here. Nico Delis, my name, saying keep it locked right here.